So I think we should try the donuts.
I'm down.
Which
Go
one do you want to
ahead.
try? Nothing like a good Cambodian donut shop.
Okay.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. There's just so much more love in it. It's made fresh. She definitely has this cute holiday box. Merry Christmas. There's the snowman. Like,
Whoa.
guys, we out here.
We're out here.
We are out here.
Yep.
My name is Melee, the Donut Princess.
And I'm Jessie James, Donut Security. And who do we have here today, May?
So here we're at Fantastic Donuts. This is actually the first video of a series that I want to do to help promote mom and pop donut shops. And also learning about a lot of the history and a lot of the parallels that it was like growing up in a donut shop and getting to promote and try other people's donuts. Most people think that there's a competition when it comes to donut shops, but I actually think we should form somewhat of a coalition. And today at Fantastic Donuts, it's actually in K-Town off Vermont and 11th Street. I was contacting Lily, who is the manager and designer of these donuts. So she is the one who does all of the designs, and she manages the emails and all the ordering. And I just have to say kudos to her. I know how much work it is. I did it for many years, helping my parents at DK's, and yeah, I'm excited to try this and kind of tell you guys a little bit about the story behind this donut shop. Fantastic Donuts actually had multiple locations with one owner, but now it's each individual location is its own. Many of you think that DK's, we're all one. It's actually one donut shop per family. And so this is actually owned by Lily and her father. Her father actually was in the Khmer Rouge, it very much like with my parents too. In fact, they were at a concentration camp that was actually down the street. And so knowing and getting to know them, I really kind of understood just a little bit more about them as a family and what they had to do. And many people think that running a donut shop is really easy. Well, actually it's not. They were telling me that they took the store over about like 84. The father had actually worked at DK's in Santa Monica as a baker under the previous owner before we took it over, my family took it over, which was really interesting because he was telling me the layout of the back and everything like that, so that was pretty cool. But this donut shop actually was burned down in 1992 during the riots, and walking through the rubble and building this shop back up is actually a pretty amazing feat and like pretty incredible that something could burn down and they could bring it back up, and yeah.
Alright, so speaking to the dad, what I did learn is he had a big approach. He was hustling in the beginning of his years in the donut shop, and since his kids are growing up and since his daughter's taking over and bringing the new age of business to the shop, now he's just kind of relaxing, taking his time, and now supporting his daughter's dream of actually expanding. So him getting a couple minutes of his time, just hearing his story of how he came from the Khmer Rouge, how he worked multiple jobs, including a baker, being a baker at DK's Donuts, and telling the previous ownership hey, I'm gonna quit and do my own donut shop. Where the boss didn't even believe him and asked for the address, and the boss actually came to the shop and took him seriously. So seeing immigrant family start from nothing, come from something, the ultimate American dream, as we say, it's very inspiring, especially for business owners like ourselves, just because the way business was done before is totally different than how business is done now. But when you walk in here, you get a true sense of the building blocks of America.
Talking to Lily, she doesn't feel comfortable being on camera, but we exchange a lot of admiration. She also went to school and decided to come back and help her parents, similar to what I did, and that in itself is commendable. But you're gonna come into these questions of oh my god, I wasted 4 years of my life when I could have done this straight on. But I think that going to school is definitely contributed to the business, and I think she told me that she started really expanding the offerings of Fantastic Donuts to the specialty types around 2015 when, you know, food is all of a sudden really trendy and Instagram is there to kind of make people jealous on like where you need to go. And so behind us is the showcase. There are traditional donuts back there, the classics. I mean, you'll see like the glazed, the maple bars, the twist, they've
chocolate bars,
chocolate
donut
bars.
hole, jelly.
Yeah, they've got the croissants, the ham and
Big
cheese.
old bear claws.
You know, basic standard things in the showcase for daily usage. They have coffees and smoothies. You know, the cool people that have come by are like Reese Witherspoon, BTS, I mean, actresses. I mean, again, this is LA. Everybody loves donuts, and I'm excited to be here to try theirs.
No, I was gonna say, and you guys, it's in the middle of K-Town. As you guys know, to compete and have something that has good food in K-Town actually do great, especially a small business, it's saying something. It's not just saying something about, you know, the location, but it's saying something like what it takes, especially during a time of COVID, to actually, you know, be above water and actually keep expanding at this time. So, yeah.
Another cool fact about them is they're Ditchy Cambodian, which is like so cool because I feel like they're an extended family member of mine. As you know, Diju is one of the dialects that I speak where it's kind of like a lost language. It originates from the south of China, and there was a lot of immigration out of there because it was poor and there were just not a lot of opportunities. A lot of them went to Cambodia, which my family and their family did, which was pretty cool to learn as well. And you know, there's just something so awesome about how hardworking these families are to really keep these things open, especially with changing times. And you know, with that, that's where Lily got the idea to expand to these crazy ones. So she definitely has this cute holiday box. Their signature is actually this little piggy, the sushi and animal ones, and she made this one here. How cute is this? You can tell it's baked fresh and it's soft. Almost too cute to eat, but I mean, you know, nowadays food, it's all about presentation as well. It's not just about if it tastes good, but I will say that the taste will get people to come back. So here's their holiday box. It says Merry Christmas. There's the snowman. Like, how cute are these little Christmas trees and snowman, and you know, like, it's like a craft. It's like an art which she's doing back there. I know, like with DKs, you're more focused on toppings, but this is like a serious art. Like, look at this little baby Santa. Like, God, how cute.
Yo, who's man?
Who's man? But yeah,
and
yes.
even look at this. If you want to show them this, just look at the detail.
Yeah,
and,
look
you know,
at this
for all you that draw, it's kind of hard if you have limited space. So, you know.
And then, yeah, like, I just had such a great time chatting with her about, like, all the things that they're doing to like, make sure they fulfill the orders. And it's really incredible because it's just them. It's just them too. The snowman's so cute.
Dude, that's such a snowman.
And the gingerbread man. Another thing to talk about too is just like the rising prices of all the ingredients. You know, we talked about, obviously we're talking about the staffing shortage of how hard it is to really find like good staff members, but also the fact of like ingredients are going up every year. So, you know, when you're dealing with owning a business, obviously you're looking at, you know, your bottom line, you're looking at, you know, how much you should price everything out. And, you know, it's pretty unfortunate because she's been getting some, you know, raps about the prices being what they are. And for me, I still think it's reasonable, but just so you guys know, the reason why is because of the rising costs of everything and inflation. Like, it's just hard to sell a donut at 5 or 10 cents, like when my mom started 40 years ago. And, you know, we should be a little bit more compassionate and kind to every donut shop person or any food owner or business owner, because the margins are just getting smaller and smaller with the rising cost of everything.
And for y'all that don't know, the price of donuts and make a donut goes up with the price of gas. So if you notice, you know, price of gas goes up every other week and a donut shop doesn't go up, just know they're taking the hit and you guys are taking the hit. So, you know, that's where the appreciation has come in. And, you know, they still cater to the local crowd as well as expanding to a new crowd. You know, as you guys know, social media is what makes or breaks a business. and we can tell that Lily and Fantastic Donuts is just doing an amazing job. But look at this detail, you guys. Like, no wonder why BTS, Reese Witherspoon, and all these actors come, you know, in the middle of K-Town. If you guys know, going to K-Town during traffic, it's not a fun drive. But we can see why these guys have definitely stopped by and showed some love. So.
Yeah, so my whole message is like, with this whole YouTube series, I just want you guys to know where these people are at, know where to find them, what they offer, and just to show a little bit more respect to these small mom and pops, mostly Cambodian-owned donut shops that I'll be covering in the next series of this YouTube series.
Come through with the crew, eat some donuts. So
I think we should try the donuts.
I'm down.
Okay, which
Go
one do you
ahead.
want to try?
I don't want to eat the little snowman guy or this
Okay,
guy,
I'm
but
gonna eat this guy.
actually I want the tree.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. I almost ate it. That's fire.
Fluffy. What is it?
Not that Cambodian donut too.
Nothing like a good Cambodian donut shop. There's just much more love in it. It's made fresh.
Ginger Krispy Kreme though. Whoa. Oh, those eat the rest?
Oh, we gotta go.
I'm gonna try to spoil appetite.
You know, in Koreatown, there's so many other amazing food places. Like, my favorite places are Honey Pig, Rose of Soul,
BCD Tofu.
And there's always so many other restaurants to try in K-Town too. So make this a stop when you guys are here. They are open 24 hours. They're on Vermont and 11th Street. Support a small business, you know, come in. I know that for their pre-orders, you have to actually do it by email online in advance. And, you know, and I understand why. It's because there's literally only Lily back there making these orders. So, you know, have some respect and understand that there's a lot of work that goes into making these donuts.
And just to be clear to you guys, so these donuts are all pre-order only. The only thing they have to showcase is a traditional. So make sure, you know, if you guys want to stop by, get a, you know, festivity box, holiday box, make sure you email Lily, and you know, we can have it ready to pick up for you anytime to enjoy for the family. So, you know, right now Christmas around the corner. Why not do a couple orders? Let them know that Jessie Maylee sent you, and you know, just show support. You know, Maylee's been in the game for a while, and as you guys know, she's always about giving back to the community. There's no competition in the donut space. There's only, you know, community, and that's what we're doing here. So make sure you hit up Lily, say hi to her pops or pops towards the front, get a traditional donut, pick up the festivity donuts, and get a coffee to go. So, all right.
Follow, like, and subscribe.
Thank you.